Welcome. In this week's tutorial, I'll be painting this angel, which was provided to me by White Angel Miniatures, a new fantasy-inspired 3D model creator for 3D printing. This is one of the models from the welcome pack, which you can get alongside this month's release. If you're a fan of fantasy, make sure to check them out. Their Patreon page will be linked in the description. These are the colors I'll be using for the skin. I began by applying 2 thin coats of whole red and cork brown mixed in equal parts, making sure to let the paint dry between coats. I then grabbed pure cork brown and began to mark out every muscle and detail. For this paint job, I'll be doing a lot of washing and overall glazing in order to blend the colors together. You'll see the process is very simple. With everything marked out, a thin coat of diluted cork brown is applied all over the model. We want to avoid paint pooling on the recesses when doing this. This will work as a filter to better blend the 2 steps together. Once dry and with the previous step more blended in, I began to insist with another coat of cork brown, but this time working on a smaller area. This was followed by a mix of cork brown and sunny skin tone to highlight an even smaller area. I'll link above a previous tutorial where I talk about highlight placement when painting muscles. I then moved on to pure sunny skin tone to do the same, but every time reducing the highlighted area. The transitions were once again tuned down with an overall glaze of cork brown. The final highlights were a mix of sunny skin tone and pale sand. To finish off the skin tone, an overall glaze of cork brown was applied once again, followed by another one of our base color but only applied on the shadows. To paint the hair, I began with a base coat of black-brown. The key here is not to highlight every hair strand from the beginning, but to work with the volumes. After the base coat, I used burnt umber to cover the lighter areas. Then, by adding a bit of light brown, I began to pick out some hair strands as well as some shadows within the highlights. And with even more light brown mixed in, I picked out only the hair strands within the highlights, using the side of my brush. This was all blended in with a wash of diluted burnt umber. And while the paint was still wet, I dabbed some dark brown with the same consistency. A second application of dark brown wash was used only on the shadows to darken them down a bit. As I was painting the wings, I realized that my highlight color was too close to the skin tone. While I didn't record it, I ended up applying an overall wash of dark brown to the hair, and a wash of diluted black on the shadows to distance both elements from each other. Finally, here's a quick and easy way to paint wings. They can be painted in many colors. I decided to go for a bluish tone this time. A single coat of blue was applied to begin with, since I didn't need full coverage but the blue undertone to be there. Not pointing, but placing my brush sideways, I began to highlight all the feathers, with a mix of my base blue color and sky blue. The difference between this application and dry brushing is that I won't get that dusty finish, but feel free to dry brush for the rest of the process if you prefer it. The same application is done once again with pure sky blue on all the feathers. This will finish to establish my base color and shadows. From there, I just began to progressively add white to the sky blue, highlighting everything but the bottom wings. Then, after adding more white, work with the top third of the wings until I was finally applying almost pure white to just the top of the wings. This color transition from bottom to top will yield an interesting result which is easy to achieve. If another model with wings presents itself, I'll be showing you other ways of painting them with other colors. But I hope everyone who's starting with miniature painting finds this method easy to do. Thank you everyone for watching, and thank you White Angel Miniatures for providing the model.